Saturday, drops are live. So drops enabled for all the channels. And the one content people are keeping up with right now is this. The CM that's going on right now. The CM challenge for the latest CM, which is the Temple of Febe CM. Right? And this is like the stuff that I've seen that post on Reddit pretty much bashing the fact that why is such content like this even in the game? Like, who's it appealing to? Barely like a niche of a player base. But look at the engagement, like 2.4k here, 897. All right, I don't think here even usually gets this many people when they're playing normally, right? But it's the fact that who's going to get worlds first. This is like the stuff that I'm like, this is necessary for the game. Like, this is fun to just look at their progression and everything. So I think from a marketing standpoint, I think maybe a lot of people just don't see it, but there's a lot of pull for this kind of stuff. A lot of pull. People actually care about who's gonna get the win. It's just like supporting a team, right? So to me, I'm all for this. I'm all for bring in the hard content. Let someone get the worlds first. Make a whole thing about it. Like, it's 5 days in and they still haven't killed it, right? Forget, like, the first day, yeah, it was bugged and they fixed the bug now. 5 days in, still no one's killed it. It's similarly to HTCM. They had a whole week before they managed to kill it. So things like that actually like put eyes on Twitch that you would otherwise not have eyes on, which Guild Wars 2 sorely needs, right? Because I guarantee you, the moment this stops and the drops stop, this 4.9k viewers drops to around like 1.5, barely 2k on peak hours of streaming on Twitch, right? Peak hours being around this timing. The EU time, EU prime time is pretty much the peak hours of Twitch for streaming. So for Guild Wars 2, that's around 1.5k viewers. So to me, yeah, these kind of things are necessary to have in the game. I don't have a problem with the hard CM. I have a problem with the strike on which the CM is on. Fair enough. Who said that? There was this post on Reddit. I need to find it. But it was there a few days ago. Literally complaining about the CM. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of marketing that you could see from it. Like, it's just maybe not every player. Sure, it doesn't appeal to every player, but it brings in eyes. Like EU versus NA, kind of like that. It's yeah, sure. It's like the Guild Wars 2 meme, EU versus NA, who's gonna win and things like that. But this is like, yeah, similarly with the other games like WoW, like you'll see this a lot. You'll have like, you know, your top 3-4 guilds going at it for the first kill. I find it way hard. This CM player base that will do it for me is useless going like this hard. Well, I mean, this is like extreme. This is why this is appealing to a certain demographic. These are players who literally want to get the first kill. The idea of I killed it first, right? Brings in eyes. It brings in eyes. But yeah, sure, not everyone's gonna attempt this, right? Not every team is gonna be like, yeah, I want worlds first. Right? There's obviously a certain level of skill you need to play to try and make it to the point where you can even, you know, kill the boss first or be close to killing the boss first. So there you go. So to me, this is good. I'd like to see more of these, right? The first one, Dagda CM, was definitely a fail. I think this one sort of makes up for it. I'm really hoping that the fact that the way the game is scheduled in terms of balances and releases, I'm really hoping that with that schedule, it allows them to make sure that the CM is really, really engaging, and even the strike encounter itself be engaging, because the normal modes of these are literally like training modes. It was like a training to get into a raid. So the CMs are definitely different. Dagda wasn't really that much different, but this one is. So I'm hoping they give a little bit of that care and attention to making these a little bit slightly more difficult as they go. HTCM difficult? I don't know. Maybe that one is gonna take a while for them to top, or maybe even not even consider doing it to that level. But for example, the EOD CMs, the EOD, sorry, strikes. EOD strikes were very good, very engaging, very good encounters. Definitely a big step up compared to the Icebrood Saga strikes, and it actually gets you to do things, right? They actually managed to get players to really concentrate on the normal mode. You know, forget the CM mode, just the normal mode itself. So I was hoping Soto would have had somewhat of a similar level to the EOD strikes. Not really, but the CM right now for Cerus is definitely seeming up to be quite difficult right now. So until that Violent comes in and wipes another true end boss. Yeah, well, yeah. Spending all this time killing a boss in the game. I mean, this is like kind of like I don't really agree with this statement. It's more of like it's someone else's way of having fun, you know. So it's the way someone wants to play. That's the way someone wants to play. Some people want to just hit one button, you know, and other people say like, why are players literally just hitting one? It's just, I don't really find a reason to say like, why are you playing or investing all this time for this, right? This is like, if someone's fun comes out of it, then everyone has their own flavor. I have no time for it. Yeah, I mean, you do need to commit some time for something like this. Yeah, I think it's getting to watch it, right, as an aspect, right? It's like we're watching you could play, let's say, football or basketball, but then when you watch a professional team that you support, or just watching a game, right, it's different because you see how they literally do what you do but better, right? In a certain extent. So yeah, to me, I'd like to see more of this, right? I'm really hoping ANET doubles down on trying to really make sure that the world's first is a kind of part of their theme. Not maybe too much into your eyes, but the fact that they have that certain care that, yeah, okay, we do want to try and see how we can make this a world's first event for people, right? Not by advertising it or anything, but at least making sure that the fights in place for that sort of moment to happen. So that's really what I'm hoping for.